Hello. Today I get to finally share with you guys my newest build that I've created, and it's been a little bit of a long time in the making because it requires one item that is roughly, to my calculations, 50 times more rare than a Mirror of Kalanja. Two of them have come up in standard over the past 2 weeks or so, and it was introduced in 3.26, and 25 players are currently using this in League. And that is the extremely elusive Runecraft of the Angler. So, fishing used to be a meme in the game, now it's no longer a meme, it's just stupid rare. And so, I will show you a build that takes full advantage of this, and here are some details of it. So, a very, very kind person sold me this Runecraft for 1,000 divines, which is a fair price, I guess. His name is My Build Finally Works, which is very aptly named because I needed the Runecraft to make this build. And so, shoutouts to him. I will be showing you in standard version, so I have Legacy Explodey Chest, but if you want to recreate the same exact thing in League, you'll be needing the Impulsa. So basically, the build basically revolves around your explosions critting for a shit ton of damage. Since we have 100% crit, these explosions do crit. And since we scale, or crit multi is pretty easily to scale with this build, uh, those explosions delete screens and chain delete screens. So Impulsa is really, really good for in league, but there are other exploding mods that you can use. For example, since you're a witch, you can get the Profane Bloom, I think it's called, where mobs have a 50% chance to explode for chaos damage. That also is an option. There's also other items that give explodey, but this is basically what we're making the build around. So the math goes, um, mobs will explode for 5% of their HP, but since we have 100% crit and a lot of crit multi, which we can easily get, as I'll show you, this does a lot of damage. But also, since Witch now scales golems extremely well, that's just generic damage, which is kind of rare in the game. So this generic damage is scaling, uh, in my case, Fizz Explosion, which it's kind of hard to get 1,000% increased Fizz that isn't related to like non-spell stuff. But if you're running an Impulsa, it's easier to scale like lightning damage or whatever. But I'm getting 1,000% generic damage, so every single time a mob explodes, it deals 3.3 times their life in this chains. So yeah, as you will see soon, that is crazy. And also, just to prove my point, there is only 25 people in League that are currently using a fishing pole as their weapon, and yeah, so it's extremely rare. Like, imagine all the mirrors that have dropped in the League with hundreds of thousands of players farming legit millions of maps. I don't know, there's like 2,000 mirrors, but there's 50 of these tattoos. I really hope GGG buffs this so a lot of people can have more fun. So I'll show the POB of the build. So this is the POB. I made this build 2 days into the league, not knowing that this tattoo was going to be extremely rare. So uh, it's just a, I don't know, witch golemancer that is scaling um, basically everything. So this is giving me cast speed. This is giving me AoE, which is the main reason I'm taking this. I want bigger AoE on my explodes so that the explosions chain more. This is the main reason why I'm going Witch. But also, if you're running Impulsa, I'm pretty sure this is semi-required unless you need it implicit on the gloves to spread the shock. But I'm pretty sure my explosions also shock. And then if you have Impulsa, it would chain. So I'm pretty sure this is needed. I'm not exactly sure because, again, I'm not running Impulsa. But also, this gives good AoE, and for single target, this is decent because it reduces the mob's resistance, because my single target isn't insane. So, how I'm choosing to proc the explosions is Herald of Thunder. I'm not sure if this is the best, because you need an expensive build to make this viable, but My Herald of Thunder is doing 12 million DPS, which is a lot because I have really good gear. And I'll link this POB in the description. You can check out what specifically I'm doing. But it's basically just getting a bunch of Megalomaniacs with Primal Bond, and this is scaling, again, Golem Effect, which is increasing my ES, cast speed, AoE, regen, a bunch of shit. So I have a lot of, I have 6 Megalomaniacs, and yeah, so one additional thing that is pretty insane about the build, you're not going to get quite as tanky as this in League, but typically Herald of Thunder builds are extremely squishy. Mine is very not squishy, so I'm very capable of running T16s and halves with any map modifier, especially because I'm getting like curse reduction on all my, or 4 of my jewels, and then I also am pretty much immune to crits, and I can run all map modifiers because I have ES on kill and man on kill, so I can run any map modifier. The only one that is a bit iffy is immune to ailments, because my Herald of Thunder procs off of shocking targets, so if I don't do that, I have to kill mobs with my lightning warp, so that I can chain explode. But that's the basics of the build. Again, if you're likely going to be a life build in League, but I don't know, I haven't calculated all the possibilities that you can do in League. So here's my character. It's pretty good. I will show you a map, and also to explain it. So I originally made this build so that chain explosions happen, but the more mobs that are in the map, the better the chains are. So like, if it's a very low density map, the chains won't chain very well. So basically, I'm putting a lot of mobs into the map, and I am using Evolution Shrine to proc more mobs. And as you will see, I don't think there's been any other farm that kills as many mobs per second than this one. I still haven't super min-maxed it, and also I'm in standard, so I will be converting this character into a more quantity-based character. But I was so excited that I had to basically show off the build right now. So I am using extremely strict filter, and I'm basically farming currencies, and I'm killing many, many mobs. You can put in, you can make a guess on how many mobs that I kill in this map, but it's, yeah, Breach and Evolution. And then I'm rolling currency on the maps. And this is the atlas that I have. So what I'm going to do in this map is I'm going to bum rush the Evolution Shrine, and then I'm going to open 3 or 4 breaches, and then kill those, and then open 3 or 4 more breaches, because you can only open up 4 breaches at a time. So I will find the Evolution Shrine, and hopefully my PC doesn't crash while recording this video. So that's 2 breaches open. That's 3 breaches open. Oops, I forgot to do slash kills before this showcase. You're just gonna have to believe me about the number of mob kills that I'm going to be doing. So even though it kind of looks like there's not many mobs on screen, I assure you there is. Again, because my chain explosions are killing a lot of mobs. So basically, very smooth playstyle, just blinking around, killing stuff. I got kind of unlucky on these layout because the breaches weren't in a great spot. They were kind of spread out. Ideally, they're closer together, but I still have 22 seconds left on my Evolution Shrine, so it's not like they were so spread out that I couldn't clear the map. before the evolution shrine ran out. There might be... no, there's not. So then I'll just kill the boss. The boss died. So, I unfortunately didn't do slash kills in that map demonstration, but... so I'm doing these maps in, I don't know, a minute and a half, and I'm killing between 8,000 and 10,000 mobs per map. So even though the map, um, the breach monsters don't drop like a ton of loot, if I'm killing 4 to 5 times the amount of mobs per second than any other farm that you can realistically do in the game, it's a pretty good farm. So yeah, I will maybe give you an update once I have finished the character, or if I find any differences. Um, buy the tattoos before they're bought up. Peace.